Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. Here we have two Utopia Sprawls and a Razor. I'm going to keep it. I mean, we've been so punished, though, from our manas. That it's been a struggle with the mana, that's for sure. You can do a green, I guess, or red, probably green. And hopefully we'll just hit a land. So far, we have not been very lucky with the lands. I think last game we went miss land, miss land, miss land. Finally found a land the turn before we died, and then the next 5 draws were not lands. So 22 lands. I just don't think it's okay. Another Goyf, Rakdos. I really just think it's bad luck. I don't think it's too few lands. Give us a land, and we don't find. All right. This is what we got, homie. We can, if they don't kill our Grazer, next turn go Enduring Courage. No, we can't, because we need Enduring Vitality down first. Oh, Max punished. Max punished. And this is the type of matchup we should be able to fight through, I think, if it's just a kind of a Jund or Rakdos mid-range. Jund mid-range. We should have the tools to beat it, but just going... yeah, maybe we need mid-level and Rumble. That's a good card. Finds our combo pieces, gives us a little bit of ramp. Maybe that's what we want over something like Grazer. Casual 5/6. Sure. So these go into the graveyard? Is that what happens? Nice. Our deck is mocking us. It is mocking us. So when this taps for a red, this taps for a green. Maybe this one should tap for a blue. I don't even know what to do anymore. It's just too funny. The pain. I mean, grant you know, keeping a one-lander is a risky keep. But yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. Sometimes you don't draw lands all morning, I guess. This was gonna be my final match before switching over to my Rakdos, or sorry, Jund build of the same Glimmer strategy. But man, we've lost our mana. Like in our first match, we flooded but ended up winning. Second match, struggled to hit land drops and died. Made our land drops, but it wasn't enough type of thing because we had because of the counter magic and the frog. Third match, straight up, I mean, toxic doing toxic things, but also missing land. Ooh, omnivorous Flytrap. That's exciting. Wow, that is nice. I like what our opponent's up to. That's an 11/12 Nether Goyf. Very nice. All right. Do we hit a land? We do not. And that's a 2/4, so it's even out of range. But we have some blockers, so call that reading. Comes a hasty something or another. Probably that's gonna kill us dead. Fear of missing out. Nice. Now I have to. I'm gonna have to lightning bolt before. Now, do I want to keep this alive or this alive? Probably this. So I took out pyroclasms for bolts, and this is one reason why. The instant speed removal is just too important, as everyone who's ever played Modern knows. I don't know, I was thinking pyroclasm would be a catch-up card for us over bolt, since we have a few spots for removal. There's another one. And it has haste. I mean, pretty sure we're just dead. I don't even know what our opponent's doing, but we're dead. And no lands, and no lands, and there's a land. Okay. Whew, doggy, what a beatdown. Okay, so we'll bring in the Stern Scoldings and the Ley Lines. We'll take out these Grazers are, I don't know, I'm just on the fence about them. They're sometimes good, sometimes bad. Take out the Enduring Curiosities, perhaps. I mean, we want the ramp. Pyroclasm seemed okay in the right spot, but there was a lot of 3 and 4 toughness. I swear, like, the ripple effect of certain decisions made by Wizards. They print Orcish Bowmasters, and then they realize that every single 1-drop that has 1 toughness in... All right, hold on. Normally I'd keep this, but I really think we want a Ley Line. And we are missing lands. So we should have kept the other one. Well, they're like, oh, every 1-drop has to... Good 1-drops have to survive Bowmasters. Hey, we got the Ley Line, but 4 cards in hand, no lands. I just think it's time to retire this deck. Okay, we'll keep it. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go get a green and red source. And this is one of the, and then do we Utopia Sprawl? I think we're going to have the Commercial District and hope to see a land. I'll spend this part of the game as I die and my mull to 4 and continuing bad luck of lands, talking about Bowmasters. So Wizards like, all right, well, Bowmasters dominates Modern, or it's all over Modern, and it's pushed 1-drops out of the format in large part. So now any good 1-drop we print has to have 2 toughness. And then they start thinking, well, what about Lightning Bolt? Lightning Bolt preys on small creatures too. We can't have Lightning Bolt just running rampant. Oh my god. This is where I really want to start cussing. Lightning Bolt also is all over the format. So now we need creatures that have 4 toughness if we want them to be any good at a certain mana cost. 3 mana creatures also have 4 toughness. And I'm pretty on board with that, to be honest. But it is like an interesting, rather than just banning Bowmasters and saying, okay, that was a mistake. Wrenn and 6 was a mistake. It's pushed 1-drops out of the format. Let's just make more and more powerful 1-drops. Yep, now that was going to put that out of bolt range, which is why we had to take the whole turn off, having drawn another Utopia Sprawl to bolt it because of its power level. And at least there's a... At least there's a land. And our opponent hasn't even played any hand disruption yet. So they could play some hand disruption. So we have double red, double green. We took out our blue. We still kind of want to have blue as an option, though, in case we draw a Neoform. Opponent, we answered their first big threat. What did they find off the top? So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The power creep is starting finally. And I guess playing mid-range and playing Mana Dorks, I'm happy to see toughness increase to protect against some of these kill spells. And I assume it'll trickle down eventually to some of the bigger creatures that I like to play, like dragons, getting 4 or 5 and 6 toughness. And he plays another one. Opponent plays another. It might be a she. Well, it is George. But Malevolent Rumble from opponent. Finding and digging. And they're going to follow it up with another Lord Goyf. Another Goyf. And yes, so let's talk about how my mulligan decisions, right? We mulled a perfectly playable hand. It's slow, though. It was slow. We didn't have any creatures to sack. We had lands, and we had a couple of our sack spells. And we got rid of that in search of a ley line. Ooh, say its name. Mill 3 cards. Then you may return a creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile this card and 2 other cards. Name, say its name from your graveyard. Okay. So now they're going to get the Nether Goyf. And you can say, oh, well, I've lost this game now because I had to mull the 4. Well, you never know, right, what you're going to get. But you see how powerful Leyline would have been against our opponent's strategy. They're going to get the Nether Goyf back, I assume. And we're going to be in big trouble because it's going to be huge. The Nether Goyf, however, does get countered by a blue spell by our Stern Scolding. Counter target creature spell with power or toughness 2 or less. I don't think it does, actually. It is currently a 0/1. Card type. Number of card types among cards in your graveyard. Yeah, I don't think Stern Scolding works. So we went for the ley line and max punished by missing it, but you see how much it would shut down our opponent's strategy. So much of what they're doing is graveyard based, making this a 1/1, making the Nether Goyf useless. And that's why we were digging for it. And that's why it's in the sideboard. They could clearly still win without it, right? They could be playing these. I still need to read this text, right? They could be playing this to grow this. But this doubles counter is only based on graveyard, so then it and if there are 6 more card types, double the number of +1/+1 encounters on those creatures. Okay, yeah, we got the Phoenix. So I mean, everything's graveyard shenanigans right now, and we are unable to interact with the graveyard. Had a mull to 4 because our 5 had 0 lands. So that is what it is. That thing has haste, and it does something when it attacks even. Oh, nice. Man, the power creep. Talk about power creep. I mean, this is a 3-mana card, though. It's 2/4 priced to survive through Bolt, to see play, and we're dead. All right. Thanks for watching. That was brutal. CyclesGaming.com. This is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next.
This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, check out my original Magic the Gathering content over at CyclesGaming.com. I write about my various commander decks. I post articles and video of my gameplay of my various modern janky brews, and I'm publishing my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, serially. If you enjoy the content, check out my YouTube channel, Johnny Cycles, and click that subscribe button. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one.